My name is Nate. This is Throttle Only. Behind me, I have a 2019 Kia Stinger modified. Let's go. First things first, let's take a look at this key fob here. Nice key fob, says Kia on the front. You have your lock, unlock. You can hold to unlock the trunk there. And then your lock button is actually on top. Kind of hold it like a grenade and you can lock your vehicle. Look at how beautiful this thing looks. I like to do these far shots because this is what you're going to see on the road mostly. Absolutely love this view. All right, so this Kia Stinger is a 2019. The color I have today is in cement gray. MSRP, if you're going to buy one in 2023, will run you $51,890. This trim is the GT2, which is their top performance trim. The engine, 3.3 liter twin turbocharged V6, has an 8-speed automatic transmission, and stock without any sort of modifications will give you 368 horsepower, 376 foot-pounds of torque, and it's claimed to go 0 to 60 in as low as 4.7 seconds. Today I have a Draggy, so we'll be testing it out. Those numbers are for the all-wheel drive model, however, and this one is rear-wheel drive, so we do get a bit of spin. Let's go ahead and start with this hood. This hood is aftermarket. If you were to buy a Stinger, it will be body colored, and of course there will be no venting or anything like that. This hood is by Adro, and it is real carbon fiber. And I do love the dimensions that it provides. I think it looks really, really nice. Just below that, you do have a different Kia badge, which I would prefer as well. Coming onto the sides, you have some nice daytime running lights. And then you do have LED headlights as well. And they are adaptive. So at night, going down windy roads or anything like that, they will turn with your steering wheel. Moving on to center, you have your tiger nose grille. It does have some gray / chrome pieces in there, but I think it still matches very well with the vehicle. And then you do have a front camera as well. And all of your adaptive cruise control goodies are hidden within this box here. Just down below that, all of your parking sensors, and then you also have some venting as well down below. You also have some nice venting on the sides that is functional. See if I can get a shot here. They do pass through to the wheel well. And then there are some cosmetic pieces here on the side that do not do anything for performance, but it does look very nice. All right, let's go ahead to the side of the vehicle. All right, so we'll start with these wheels. These wheels are 19 inches. On the front, we will have 225 tires. The rear stock will be 255. In this particular vehicle, the rear has 265 instead. You also get standard Brembo brakes, which is really nice. There are no slotted rotors. However, of course, you can get aftermarket ones if you would like. These specific wheels are TSW wheels. With red lug nuts. Coming on to the side of the vehicle, you have some more venting here, and then a really nice body line that runs there, as well as on the top here. Then as you look at the mirrors, you have some darkened chrome. You do have your LED indicators, and there's also a side camera there as well, which I'll show you what that looks like later on. And really nice with these mirrors, they are auto folding, auto dimming, and then you do have your indicator there as well. Looking at the door handles, you can lock and unlock the car using this button right here. And you can only do that in the front. Coming further back, you do have another aesthetic piece here. And then moving further back, another aesthetic piece here, just blackened out, and it says Stinger here. Otherwise, this red trim would run all the way back to the side here, but it does not illuminate. And then you also have a really nice sunroof, very long, comes outside the vehicle, and then you also have mesh there as well. Moving back to the rear, you have a really nice spoiler by Adjo. This again is carbon fiber as well. And then the Stinger logo has been replaced with the actual words that say Stinger. And then below that, you have some more Adjo carbon fiber bits. This will be your diffuser. And it runs onto the side of the vehicle as well. This is what the engine bay looks like. So this one has an oil catch can that runs along here. It also has two cold air intakes, one there and then the other one here. It has red strut bars that are painted, some random stickers, and then it also has two red tubes where blow-off valves would be. All right, let's hear what it sounds like. Okay, let's go ahead and see how much trunk space there is. Of course, there's three ways to open the trunk. We're going to use the key fob this time, just so I can show you how large this hatch is. There we are. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Look at all this room. I'll go ahead and pull the seats down so you can see how much room you can fit in there. All right, so to pull the seats down, just pull here and here. And that is your trunk space. You also have a cargo cover that is right here, and you can remove it if you untie these straps here. And then you can just pull it off. And in doing so, you have a lot more room. All right, let's go ahead and check out the interior. All right, so I have the doors open on this Kia Stinger. I'm going to go ahead and step inside. The seat is adjusted for my 6'1" height. We'll see how much room I have. There is a good amount of room in this vehicle. My headroom is ample. The seats are sloped a little bit back as well, so you have a little bit more comfortable ride. You do have an armrest, of course, here. That feels very nice. The seats are plush, of course, as well. Nice red leather interior. I have a decent amount of legroom, and there are contours and a net back here as well. Okay, so starting with these back seats here, you do have nice red leather with some red stitching runs along. You do have a Harman Kardon sound system, window controls here, and you do have a heated seat option as well. Small cubby for a water bottle, another speaker, a blank door sill, and then here are your nice plush red seats. The floor mats are not stock. These are by Tuxmat right here. And then you also have AC controls in the back. You have a 12-volt power adapter, and you also have your standard USB as well. Nice cargo nets for storage as well. In the front here, same thing, except you have really nice aluminum that separates your red leather and your black trim up here. I love how they do this speaker design as well. It looks very premium. You do have some auto save features for your seats as well. You do have another blank sill here. You do have adjustable controls for your seats, including your thigh extension support. And then you have some really nice GT embossed on the seats there. And these front seats are heated and ventilated, which is really nice. You have more of those tux mats up here in the front and some aluminum pedals there as well. You have all of your illumination controls here, your lane keep, your blind spot monitoring system, and then of course you can unlock your trunk and then open your gas cap. You do have auto adjusting steering wheel and all of its convenience features as well. The steering wheel will raise when you turn off the car, and it will lower down once you close your door. All right, so moving on into the center here, you have a nice size center console. You do have a tray as well. And then when you close it, you do have this area you can store things in as well. This has heated and ventilated seats. To toggle heated, you push up and you can adjust 3 different settings, and then down to adjust your ventilated seats. And you can do that on either side. You also have your parking sensors option, and you do have a camera view. If you just push that, it will show in the center here once the car is in drive. These are all of your cameras. This is the front camera there, and then you have a surround view as well. You can adjust them. So there's a full frontal. There's your side camera to the left, the driver side, and then passenger side. And then while reversing, same thing. You can have a full rear, your driver side, and then passenger side, which is really nice. And then you also have an auto stop off button as well if you don't want your car to turn off at stoplights. All right, so moving up from there, you have an auto hold option that will keep your brake engaged. You have a drive mode selector, you have an electronic parking brake, and you have your traction off button there. You do have some nice size cup holders as well, and of course your shift lever here. And then up from here, this does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but you do have to use the wired option. You do have a 12-volt up here, an aux USB, and then you do have wireless charging as well. Let me go ahead and show you what the drive mode selector looks like. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you what those drive modes look like here. So this is smart, so this will toggle between eco and comfort mode depending on your throttle input. Then you have full eco, you have comfort, sport, and then you have a custom mode where you can custom suspension, steering feel, all of that stuff. All right, so continuing up the center of the vehicle, you also have some really nice AC controls that are pretty easy to use. Auto, off, your fan speeds, you can adjust climate here. If you push this button here, it will actually adjust on the screen. And of course, you have all of your media controls here, hazard lights, and you also have a custom button that you can customize. Then you have some really nice venting, kind of reminds me of Mercedes, and you have some more on this side as well. And then looking at this center screen here, it is a touch screen. You do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can adjust other things as well. So if I were to hit the setup button, you can adjust vehicle settings, navigation, sound, display, all of your car goodies there. All right, so moving on to the sunroof here, since I always forget it. So you do have an auto closing sunroof, as well as an auto adjusting shade. All right, so we'll go ahead and move on to the steering wheel here. You have another E on the steering wheel, just like you had on the front. It stands for E for excellence. You also have GT, since this is the GT2 model. You have paddle shifters in this vehicle, and then you do have these extensions, which are another modification on this vehicle. You have some nice red contrast stitching that matches this nice red interior as well. And then you have all of your goodies as well for your volume, your phone, and you do have cruise control options on this side as well. And then you can adjust certain menus on the interior here. All right, so zooming in a bit to show you exactly what I'm talking about. So usually I like to have the screen like this so I can just see the digital speed. You can also adjust for other options as well. You have trip info, fuel economy, your drive mode, put it back to there. Go ahead and shift again. It'll show your compass, your tire pressure, and you can adjust the screen as well. Your attention span. It'll give you a visual representation of your cruise control goodies. And then you also have a bunch of other options here like lighting, service interval, convenience. Like I said, you can adjust the steering wheel automatically. The seats will automatically adjust as well. Sound. And you do have a head-up display in this as well. Go ahead into the next menu. You have a G-force menu, a lap timer, and then some of your gauges as well. I'll see if I can get this head-up display to show. All right, so I think that pretty much wraps up the exterior and the interior of this vehicle. Let's go ahead and get out on the road, take it for a drive. All right, we're headed for a drive. Let's go ahead and start out with a 0 to 60. I am using a draggy. I'm gonna do this a couple times because I'm really curious what times I'll be able to pull. This is a rear wheel drive model. The base has a 255 tire in the rear. Mine, I'm running a 265, so we'll see if that makes any sort of difference. The tires are warm right now. So I'll do it in drive, and then I'll also try to use the paddle shifters to see if I can get a better time. And then I'll also turn off traction control and see if that does anything as well. We'll start off with paddle shifters. Lots and lots of sliding. I will say this car is really scary to drive in wet conditions. When the turbochargers hit, it just slides and it wants to take you other places. Not my favorite. Other than that, this vehicle is really comfortable. These seats hold you in. There are adjusting bolsters. I did mention the thigh supports before, but I think I forgot to mention those. Visibility in this car is very nice. You do have that third window left and right. You do have your blind spot monitoring system as well, which of course is always going to work. These mirrors are also auto dimming, which is very convenient. So you have your side mirrors and then your rear mirror as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and try a 0 to 60 without using the paddle shifters here. Not bad. Seems slightly faster maybe without using the paddle shifters. I'm gonna go ahead and try with the traction control off in standard drive because I don't want to die. Oh, yeah, that's really slow. It barely worked at all. So, all right. So my overall impressions with this Kia Stinger, I absolutely love it. It is fast. There's tons of trunk space. There's a good amount of storage in the interior as well. You can fit a lot of people in here. Yes, it is a 5-seater, but if you needed to squeeze more people in here, you can do that. You don't feel cramped. I recently just drove a Lexus IS350. I felt very cramped. I actually traded in a Tesla Model 3 Performance for a Kia Stinger. When When I got my Tesla Model 3, it was about $60,000. And then when I bought this was around $35,000. And I got it from CarMax, modified a little bit of the interior and the exterior. I absolutely love it. Yes, it is gasoline. Yes, it does guzzle gas. It doesn't do very well as far as fuel economy. But again, it is more of a performance vehicle, so I'm not worried about that. And I think it sits at that sweet spot as far as horsepower, controllability, and kind of everything else along with it. The features that it comes with as well, with these front cameras and side cameras, since this hood is very long, it is very nice. So these have been some of my thoughts on the Kia Stinger. Again, this is the 2019 version. If you look at the 2023s on the website, they get even better, which is really awesome. So guys, if you enjoyed this sort of content, if I helped you out, maybe you're searching for a car, whatever, drop a like down below. Also, let me know if there's certain things you want to see. I'll try to include it. Provide some feedback as well if you want to. Thank you so much for watching.